Hey guys, it's Rachel Youngson here from useplr.com and wholefoodplr.com. This is our weekly PLR Power Hour. This is where we ask questions about PLR, talk about PLR resources, showcase a little bit about what we do, and more than anything, take an hour out of our week to actually work on our PLR. This is great for anyone who is new to PLR or who already is using PLR. Towards the end of the Power Hour, we will be talking about our wins, and we will be talking about, we'll open by talking about last week's Member Spotlight. Hi everybody, it's good to see everyone today. For those of you who are newer to the group, what we do over here is we have what's called a Use PLR Member Spotlight, and that is where we basically showcase a member of the Use PLR community and what they're doing. And this can be anything business related, any business wins, or of course, how you're using PLR to get ahead in your business. Once you are showcased in the Member Spotlight, what will happen is we will send information out about what you're doing and why it's so great, send the links so that folks can find you, and then we will promote the heck out of it for about a week on social media and the sort. So last week's Member Spotlight, before we get into everything, was Michelle Albin. So I just wanted to let everybody know that Michelle, just as a reminder, is running a free webinar, and that's going to help us learn how to launch courses and coaching programs, and this is great for your 2019. Only the folks who attend the webinar, or I believe even the folks who sign up, will have access to the recordings. This is at some point going to be part of paid stuff. So what she's teaching is very valuable for a lot of different reasons. So we've got that link there in the chat box, and we just want to make sure everybody gets a chance to navigate over there. Also, I wanted to let everyone know we have Jen Brockman here, and she is she's just created a new site. She's running Planner Journal PLR, which is a site that we talked about the other week. Jen did a really, really great demonstration for us. Everybody loved it. But she also now has planningaddicts.com, and that should you can shop from both sites right now till the end of the month, but then I believe everything's going to be moved on over to that planningaddicts.com. So, all right, okay, let's get started. Who should we start with today? Who should I pick on? Maybe Carol. Carol, can I go ahead and unmute you? Yeah, cool. Hi, Carol, how are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Happy Tuesday, right? Can you believe Christmas is so quick? It's like 2 weeks. I know.
Scary.
Right? I got my, I did so great this year. I got all my son's presents done, and now like nobody else has any presents. So we'll just figure out how that goes.
You've got 2 weeks.
Right, exactly. So what, refresh my memory, because I know what you've been working on, but I just can't recall it for some reason right now.
I'm just putting a link in the chat. This is where people can opt in and get the free looking, well, it's actually called a year-end review journal that I adapted.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'll be sure to link that in our email tomorrow too. That's really great. So can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I simplified it a little bit in the sense that I took the business part out, because most of my people don't have businesses. So it's more of a personal reflections, a lot of good questions that were included, and I adapted them some to have people look at what happened and what that means for this coming year, things they want to do. So it's kind of a prelude to the hard planning for the next year.
That's great.
That's the stage.
And I'm assuming that you were able to alter some of the PLR to help you with that, or did you do it totally from scratch?
No, I altered PLR. Absolutely.
Perfect. That's really cool, Carol. I'm really happy for you. So have you been getting have you been able to get much traffic to this yet?
Well, it just really went active today because I was having technical problems.
Oh, I know all about technical problems.
So now
That's
I have to start promoting it, but I hope to build my list a little bit through this.
that's great. Yeah, we'll like I said, we'll make a note to talk about it in tomorrow's email too. So hopefully that'll get you some traction as well because I think that's really great.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. So is it okay if I go ahead? Do you have any questions for me today? Or are you feeling
Not right now.
all right. Well, you know how it goes. If you have questions later on, just let me know.
Thanks.
Sure, Carol. Thank you. So Christine, do you want to participate today, or would you just like to lurk and work, as we say? Feel free to write your answer in the chat box. And Jen, while we're waiting to hear from Christine, can I unmute you, ma'am? That's cool, Christine. Please feel free to do it. A lot of people do. Totally okay. All right, Jen. Hey, ma'am. How are you?
I'm okay. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay.
I'm really excited that you're here today because I've been telling everybody about your great planners.
I know I meant to make it last week and then I don't even remember. I was probably fighting with my website. So
You know what? It's so funny that everybody's having technical troubles because I actually, I think maybe you and I talked about it when I moved over from Optimized Press to Thrive on some of my pages. They all looked funky. And I didn't actually change all of them. And my business coach found out this morning, like she found them just scrolling through. So now I'm like really on a mission to change them because it's something like, I mean, I love her to death, but it's almost like when the principal finds you doing something, you're like, oh gosh,
yeah, exactly.
gotta fix that. I wanted to, I just a heads up for you. I'm gonna shoot you something private probably later this afternoon based on what we had talked about the other week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be really great, especially going into 2019. So I look
Perfect.
forward to that. Would it be okay with you if I did a screen share and showed everybody the new site? Or
Yeah, absolutely. And I can maybe just explain a little bit while you're doing that too.
Sure. Would you feel better if you screen shared it yourself or you care?
No, you're fine. I don't care.
Okay.
You're fine. So basically, anybody who attended the webinar that I presented a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about my other site, the site that I started off with like 3-4 months ago. It was built on WordPress, and for whatever reason, I still don't know if it was my hosting or something else, but I never could get everything to talk to each other the right way. And I ended up lots of hair pulling. I'm like partially bald now, and I'm on heart medicine because the stress was so bad. Okay, I'm kidding a little bit, but I ended up finding a place that's almost completely all in one. It's called Pixpa. That's what I've ended up using. It still works very much the same, but I've combined both of my shops. I did have both a PLR and a non-PLR digital shops where I sold planners and journals and calendars and workbooks and all kinds of stuff. And I've just decided between all of the website headaches and some stuff in my personal life that I'm just going to combine them. It's going to be easier that way for me.
That's really great. This is really pretty.
Thank you.
And now what affiliate? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, one of the great things, like these links that you're looking at right now, they're not active yet. All of the links at the very top are.
Okay.
I have, I think 3, like if you go to the shop page, you'll see my, the 3 products that are actually live and ready to go right now. if you click on those, then it takes you directly to a sales page. This is the other thing that I really like about this platform is it's got built-in sales pages. So when you land on here, you can see like the top bar is completely gone. So my affiliates can send their people directly to this and they don't get confused or lost and like look at a whole bunch of other stuff.
And what platform is this again? I'm sorry.
It's called Pixpa, P-I-X-P-A.
P-I-X-P-A. Great. Thank you.
Yeah, it's really cool. It really is. The more that I work with it, the more I like it. The affiliate program that I'm using is called Affiliately. And there's, if you went back to the main site, then there's a link to my affiliate program. Anybody who signs up gets 50% of every sale that they make.
Nice. Great.
Sorry, my dogs are, I don't know why, but my dog is messing with his bowl back there and making all that racket.
No worries at all. I'm sitting here, like, whenever I go into screen share mode, I always run the risk of totally losing my chat box. There we go. So do you have, before I start dropping links in here, do you have affiliate links for yourself for either Pixpa or your affiliate program?
Actually, if you guys go directly to the site and you scroll to the bottom of whatever page that you're looking at, there should be a link to Pixpa, and I believe that is my affiliate link.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
you're kind of down here in the bottom corner, the bottom right corner. Yeah.
Right
I believe
here?
if you click on that, then it's an affiliate link.
Oh, that's nice. And you know, it's barely even noticeable unless somebody says it. That's great.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't even fully understand all of the benefits to this platform until I actually got into it and started using it, but it's really cool. I really, really like it.
And then your affiliate program, I'm sorry, can you tell us how to get there one more time?
Okay, just hit your back button, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or just go back to the main site, the Planning Addicts. Right there at the top menu bar on the very far right is the link.
Thank you, thank you. Michelle, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the chat box.
It's set on auto approve for right now, just because I wanted to be able to get everybody in who's already been in very easily. It automatically sends you an email, tells you how to get all set up. It's really easy to use. I like it.
That's great. Wow, you have really been, wow. It's so funny because you and I were just talking the other week about like all the tech issues we were having on our respective sites, and you've really knocked this out of the park. I'm still like, well, we may not need to talk about that, but I mean, this is really great.
Well, this was actually a platform that I looked at really closely when I first set up my PLR site. But at the time, they didn't integrate with Affiliately. And for me personally, not knowing in the beginning how well this would do, the other affiliate programs that I was finding that were not like WordPress dependent were really expensive, whereas Affiliately is not. You get 30 days to try it out for free, and then it starts off at like $16 a month. So,
wow.
it was really affordable to start out with. So I wanted to try it, and the guys at Pixpa didn't have the code in place yet to be able to like hook it up, but they said that they were going to work on it and that I should follow up with them. So I did when I really started having all of these other issues with my WordPress sites. And they, not only have they like integrated that, but they've done a whole bunch of other stuff.
Really? So like their tech support is great.
Their tech support, they have on every page inside of your administration area, there is a little icon in the bottom corner. You can click on that. It takes you directly to their help pages. And then if you can't find the answers yourself, you just send them a little message through that system, and I have gotten replies within hours. I would say every time except one time, and then that time it took maybe 24 hours.
That's really impressive. Wow. And just to give you guys kind of a gauge for the affiliate program that Jen was talking about, I use a member, and a member costs approximately like 120, 130 to set up and get installed, and it involves cron jobs and all this unfun stuff. And then I pay 80 to 90 a year for updates. So if you're really like, especially if you're starting out, I would definitely be paying attention to what she's saying, because that's, you can always change later as your business grows, and maybe the people that you're targeting to be your super affiliates, maybe that's going to shift a little bit. And, for instance, I would love to do this, but some of the other PLR sellers that I really rely on to promote my products, they love a member. And so based on that, my decision is I have to kind of stay where I am, because that's what they're comfortable with. So that's really cool, Jen.
Yeah, and I went through some of that too in the beginning. It was like, well, I started off with Gumroad, which I really liked as a creator, but the affiliate program there sucks. Like, there's no reporting for somebody who is an affiliate. So, I really, that's one of the things that I've stressed out about so much in the last 3 months is, finding the right kind of a program that'll make the people happy who helped me get started. And so far, most of them have come along with me regardless. So that's been great. But honestly, I think Affiliately offers a lot of the same things, like from the affiliates point of view.
Mm-hmm.
They can plug in your own links and it'll give you your own direct link. Like you can pick a page from my site and put it into your account, and it'll create your own unique link, or you can use your basic link, and it shows exactly how many people have gone through your link. It's got really good reporting from what I've seen so far.
That's wonderful. And Michelle wants to know, I think Michelle is looking at Pixpa and the affiliate program. So you're saying that your understanding is that this is automatically linked to your affiliate link if I click on that Pixpa link?
No. Okay. So my affiliate program is linked on my site. Pixpa has plugins, sort of. They're sort of like a WordPress plugin. So Affiliately is an additional program that you have to get, but it plugs in very easily. The code is already built to make it integrate very easily. Plus, Pixpa support will help you if you get stuck or hung up on any of the code and plugging it into the right place. Although there's only one place to plug it in, so it's really simple.
This is really, really cool. I'm just kind of catching up.
Yeah, no, it is super cool. I have not been this excited about a platform in a very, very long time. And I've been using and building on WordPress for 10, 12, 15 years, something like that, both for myself and clients. And I'm so over having to worry about the updates, having to worry about plugins working with each other, not having somebody, dedicated that I can go to when I do run into an issue. This site just kind of completely takes care of most of that. There's a few things like, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say, it looks so clean too.
It is. They have tons of pre-made layouts already, and then it's just like a WordPress, like a drag and drop builder. It's exactly like that. So they have like pre-designed setups, and then you can like drag them over onto your page and put them where you want, and then you go into each one of the sections and you edit it.
So just so you guys know, for those who are listening, to the replay, over at planningaddicts.com, if you go into the shop, there are some great planners already in there. And I'm looking at the funny phrases calendar right now, and it says, sorry, I don't take orders. I barely take suggestions. I love this, Jen. You're so creative.
Those are funny, huh?
Yeah, I think
So,
they're
and
great.
then down there at the bottom, you can see how I've combined my two sites, where it's got a personal use option and the commercial use, which is PLR. But since I was combining it, I kind of figured I better call it commercial use because a lot of people don't know what PLR is.
Yeah, I understand that.
So,
Wow.
but it's got the two separate options. So if somebody just wants it because they're not building a business themselves, but they want to get it to use for themselves, they just pick the personal use. If anybody has questions about what those particular rights actually consist of, they can click on either one of the learn more links down at the bottom, and it'll take them to the page where it actually lays that stuff out.
Great. Thank you, Jen.
You're welcome.
That's wonderful.
I need to work on it a little bit because like some of the text is not colored right. So I'm going to have to go back in and fix it. But in general, I really like the ability to move things around and redirect and link and all of that kind of stuff on this site.
Yeah, I like it too. And it's, wow, this is really great. So guys, hey Jen, can I go ahead and mute you?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. So guys, for those who just came in, what we were doing was talking with Jen Brockman, who runs PLR Planner Journals. She has just released her new site, planningaddicts.com, and we are going over how she's done that, what the tech behind that is, and the programs that she's using to make her life a heck of a lot easier. So really important that you pay attention to the chat box. We've got the affiliate links in there for Jen, and we will go ahead and mention those in tomorrow's email as well, with Jen's affiliate links. Hello to everyone who came in recently. Hi, Bill. It's great to see you today. I hope you're doing good. Joyce, it's good to see you. I hope you're good. Michelle, I think I might start with you if that's okay, because we were just talking about your event. Is it okay with you if I unmute you? Hey, Michelle, how are you doing?
Hi, Rachel. Great. How are you?
I'm great. Happy Tuesday.
I think this is a great discussion around platforms that are not WordPress. So I appreciate everything that Jen is sharing here, because I'm looking for something like along the lines of Gumroad myself, but always considering. I love what you're doing here, Rachel, because it's like everybody's sharing resources, and it's great. I learned something.
Thank you. You always flatter me. I should start doing you first every time, because you always flatter me.
Yeah, I'll get it rolling in the right direction.
But yeah, and just in case you didn't hear, Jen actually started with Gumroad, and she moved over to Pixba. So like Gumroad, she likes Gumroad for her, and that works well for her. But we were having a private discussion, and I personally wasn't that great with Gumroad. So maybe this would be a good alternative for you if you should so choose. And just so everybody knows, Jen's been kind enough to drop a link for pixba.com and their facts, so you can check it out when you get a chance. If anyone does choose to get an account, please use the link that we have in the chat box that goes directly to Jen. All right, Michelle, so let's talk about your event.
Well, I just want to also say thank you for promoting it, because I know there were at least 6 or 7 signups from the links you put out and the recording. So just because I would watch the timing of it, and people would sign up when your emails would go out. So I just want to thank you for that. And I'm doing part 2 this week on Thursday. and I'm doing part 3 on the following week. For anyone listening to this recording, you know, later in December, you can still sign up and you'll get all the recordings for the 3 modules. So I just want to put that out there to people. Yes, thank you for sharing that. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. All right. So then I may have misspoke to everyone earlier. I thought, and please correct me because I'm pretty sure I'm wrong. I thought that those who attend live and those who sign up get access to this content, and at some point this is going to be paid content or part of a paid program or not available to the public type of material. Is that right?
Yes, but what I do want to do is make it available to people who I set this. Okay, so here's my thinking on this. I didn't want it to be like, oh, there's a free recording, so I don't have to pay attention, right? Because I wasn't doing it like a sales webinar. I was doing it like an actual workshop, and people walked away from the first module with an actual training that they can launch today, right? But what I realized was I don't want to have it be this like constricted, closed off experience. And there were people, because of technical issues on my end, who didn't get the right information. It was a glitch on my end in terms of communication. So there were people that emailed me that tried to get in and they didn't have the right time information due to like the Zoom. I wasn't aware of this, but if you reserve a Zoom room, I reserved it a half hour early. So the Zoom link told everybody it was a half hour earlier than it actually was. I'm not trying to get into the weeds here, but just to give like my thinking on this. So there were people that emailed me and said, oh my God, I couldn't get in, and I don't want to close them out.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is anyone that attends any of the modules will have access to the trainings. So if you show up live to the second module, you'll get the recording for the first module. It's a workshop. It's like a 3-part workshop I'm doing. So I want people that show up for any of it to have that experience of walking away with a training in hand that they can launch. Does that make sense?
Oh, that makes great sense. I'm really glad that you clarified it for me. So essentially, the benefit of signing up for this free webinar is that it's not just your ordinary webinar. You get access to this training that is valuable training, and you can only get it if you're registered or you attend one. And that's correct, yes?
Yes. It's not a sales pitch. It is leading up to a launch I'm doing in January, but it's a 3-part. I'm going to do a 4th it's an open-ended 4th session at the last week of December. But yes, if you want coaching and if you want to get this for free, this is the way to do it. And what I am testing, and I'm also demonstrating for people, is sort of my technique of like creating something as you go that can be sold as a product while you build your list and sort of get the word out about something that might be a new in a new niche or in a new area, instead of waiting. And I don't know if other people do this, but like I'm just tired of like being a perfectionist about it all. So I created this way to be like, okay, get into action and build it as you go.
That's great. That's really great.
Yeah.
And like that is the best way to be, because it's like Dennis, I don't know if anybody's heard of Dennis Becker. I've talked about him here and there, but he has this saying that he says a lot, and it's money loves speed. And essentially what it means is you can clean it up later as long as it's readable, as long as like there's no huge glaring issues, get it out there and just tweak it later. So yeah, that's this. I think this is going to be really beneficial. And what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and mention it one more time tomorrow, because maybe we'll get a bump in signups if I really stress that this is like a no pitch webinar.
Yeah, that'd be great. It is no pitch, although, like I said, I am leading up to a launch. But I think I came in at like an hour and 3 minutes, and I'm not selling on it. I'm just selling the idea of create it with me as you go. And I loved it, and the feedback in the chat was that people felt that they could implement something that day. They walked away with a framework, and that just thrilled me because it sort of validated my theory, my concept, proof of concept kind of thing.
That's great. And I think that over the shoulder stuff, people love that over the shoulder stuff. So, and that feeling that you're not alone when you're doing stuff is really big.
And also, okay, so this is like digging into the content a little bit, because what I'm teaching is how to build an interactive course, and I am demonstrating interactivity while I'm teaching it. So I'm not just teaching how to create a course, I am showing people how to get your students to be participatory as my students are participatory. Like, you're really good at this, Rachel. Like you include everyone in the chat. So I just, what I'm trying to convey is like I am doing my best to get everyone to not just have theory, not just have like a list of things to do that you then have to be on your own, but it's a workshop. I'm sort of repeating myself now, but I don't want to be redundant, but
no, it's great. I mean, I want to be sure that everybody knows just how valuable this is. So I am going to go ahead and put you on mute, if that's okay. I don't know who's calling me.
Yep.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yep. So thank you for the opportunity. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, we will go ahead and showcase this one more time tomorrow. I'm really glad you're getting traction for that, Michelle. That makes me feel good. Hey, Mr. Bill, hope you're doing good today. Are you going to lurk and work, or did you want to chat today? I don't know if you were, I don't think you were here last week, but we decided that our new slogan is that this PLR Power Hour is a chance for lurking and working, as well as interacting. We also determined that this is supposed to be a slime-free zone, so no scuzziness allowed. We like no bad PLR sellers or promoting bad PLR sellers allowed. But you do, as you know, have the option to either participate or not participate. We can definitely chat if you want to. If you don't, that's okay too. No problem, Bill. Bill's saying that he's actually at his other hustle right now, and it's funny because when I was talking, I was thinking I do think Bill is at his other job is doing more than just us. But thank you for the compliment, and yeah, I know I've told you this before. But just to reiterate, if you have any questions, or even if you have questions that you want answered on the call, but you're not in a position to ask them on the call, please feel free to shoot me a private message, and I can make sure that we discuss it on the next call. Joyce, hello, Miss Joyce. How are you today? I hope you're doing great. Are you going to do you feel up to chatting today, or are you planning to just use this time to work on your PLR? If you wouldn't mind just throwing your answer in the chat box, that would be great. And while she's doing that, just to recap everybody on what we've gone over today, we have looked at Carol's. Hey, Joyce, how are you? I was like, where did my echo come from?
Yep, that's me. Put you into the tunnel, I guess.
So how are you doing today? Happy Tuesday.
Very good. Yeah.
Are you ready for Christmas?
Well, yeah, sort of, but I'm ready all year round. We don't really celebrate quite the way, because my honey is Native American, and so he didn't grow up celebrating, really.
Yeah.
And kind of treat it differently, but, you know, with a house full of dogs, they get presents, and usually we just give each other a little something because we kind of do things through the year that we either just, you know, can't live without, or, you know, the other one might think, you know, he needs a new tie or whatever. We just do that then. But, you know, we enjoy the lights of the season and dress the house up, and that's kind of it for us. So, yeah, we're all ready.
I'm the same way.
Yep.
I was telling my son, because I love to like sit out by the Christmas tree, and like when I was younger, I would like sleep on the couch by the Christmas tree. And this morning when my son was getting ready for school, I had all the lights off so I could watch the Christmas tree glow. And I was like, isn't this great? I said, once Christmas happens, all this stuff stops. But for right now, it's great.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
the lead up. It's all about the lead up. So, what are you? Well, that's great. By the way, I did know someone. Who doesn't. They don't really celebrate Christmas for their own reasons, but they do take their kids and get them like one gift a piece, kind of so that they don't feel because they are kids, you know, so they don't feel different, I guess. But it does seem so much more special. So that's great. What are you working on this week? Or would you like to drop a link to your site in the chat and we can show it to everybody? Whatever works for you.
I could do that. The only thing I'm doing this week is finishing a last blog post for December, and it's going to be on forgiveness. I thought that kind of is something that maybe my previous one was on reflection, so I thought maybe forgiveness to you know, sort of balance out that for December, because oftentimes we're really shoving and pushing ourselves so hard in December that, unlike you and I sitting at our Christmas tree just, you know, enjoying it, everyone else seems to be going crazy. And then they feel badly that they either haven't done enough, or didn't, you know, get enough cookies baked, or they, you know, didn't buy the right present, and they put so much pressure. And I thought, you know, yeah, so I thought for the very last one, maybe a little forgiveness that, you know, yeah, we all maybe could do more or better, but, you know, what's the cost to do that? You know, to not enjoy something, not enjoy spending time with your family because you're so worried about this. So, yeah, I'm just kind of slowly rounding out my year, and then thinking about, you know, what I'm going to be doing for January and February.
You know, I think forgiveness is such. I think that there's a lot of great. There's so much good things about goodness and the fact that you're doing that, and that's your focus. Because it's funny, I was thinking just today, there's a new self-development pack all about happiness, you know, and it shed light to me on the fact that so many people deal with depression and things like that during this time of year. And you know, forgiveness is seems to me like another thing where people must really struggle this time of year with not only self-forgiveness, like, oh my gosh, I didn't get this much done, but also this is a time of year when people tend to come together, like families and things, where there may already be a lot of friction. So I think that's a really good topic. Do you have
Yeah.
the blog post up, or can I?
I'm finishing it up. It won't go live until Sunday.
Oh,
I
okay.
do my post the first and third Sunday of the month, and that's another thing. I'm getting ready to put an announcement bar on my site. I've got it written up. I just need to tweak it and actually make it go live, because I'm going to add an extra one. I've been doing mostly self-help and some business for seniors, because I'm 62, and but I've had a lot of people that they're, for some reason, I don't know why, I think partly it's what I've got on my about page, that I'm a laundry ninja. They all want to know how I do laundry. My own neighbors peek over the fence to look at my laundry, and then their husbands comment about how wives don't do their laundry and it doesn't look as beautiful as mine does up on the line. It's symmetrical. That's all it is. I make sure that everything is perfectly aligned, and it has nothing to do with how it makes your clothes dry or anything else. I tell them it's all about getting it down so that you can fold it in the easiest way before it wrinkles, or the last thing that's in the top of the bucket was the first thing on the line. So it's the last thing coming off. That's where you put all your stuff that you want to do first. And, it's just something I've always done. And two of my neighbors were like, last week they tackled me and they're like, you need to start doing a post, maybe at least once a month, where you just tell about some of these quirky things, because, we're getting tired of our husbands telling us we should be doing it that way, and we don't know how. Yeah. So somewhere in there, that post will go up, and a few things that are going to be more personal, because oddly enough, now I don't think they're worried about personal to me, but I think they are more thinking that, things that people do and why they do them, it's the reason why behind it that really matters. It's like I had done, I don't know if anybody follows the House website, but they did a thing about 3 years ago on, they do like, do you have air conditioning in your home? And they got all kinds of responses. And it was just very interesting to see what people say. How often do you change your sheets? What do you, how often do you clean your drapes? And, all that stuff. And it was really sparked a lot of, comments from people, but it was the reasons behind it. The guy who says, yeah, I know I shouldn't, but I smoke. So of course, off go the draperies to the cleaners, a couple times a year, because, he knows he shouldn't, but he does. But he doesn't want to live with the smell. So it was the same for all the other things, it's the reason behind. So yeah, that's what my neighbors say, do it, just tell us why you do what you do.
So what I'm really hearing here is you could have a side hustle as a laundry coach.
Yes, absolutely. Because, they go in. I remember my mom telling me as a little girl, that you did laundry on certain days of the week, so that means you cooked certain things that day because you knew you were going to be very busy, because it was very labor intensive. But that meant, laundry on Monday, and then the ironing day, if you were going to be folding, especially if you had 5 or 6 or 7 kids, you got a ton of laundry. And I just couldn't even imagine, even just with 2 of us and 4 dogs, I do laundry every day. So, and it all goes on the line, winter and summer. Not that I get, in South Florida, we've got winter today. It's maybe 62 out there.
and but you can just about dry your laundry outside all year round. So, a lot of what I do is for health benefits. We've got one dog with breathing problems, and my honey has seasonal allergies. So, things get washed in a certain way because of that. So yeah, it's not just how you hang it up, it's the reason why.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting. And I have we're up in the Maryland area, so my husband and my son both have, they like pollen and all that stuff they don't do very well with, but thankfully they get a break like during the winter months and in the fall. So kudos to you for for staying on top of that all year for your honey, because that's I don't know what I'd do if like all their stuff lasted all year long. Right now I'm happy because it's like once everything dies down outside, then they're good. So but yeah, that's really great.
We have two major growing seasons for that plant. So, but you have relief in the middle of winter and then usually in the middle of summer. So, but spring and fall can be kind of so it's, yeah, so I've got my routine for like wiping down walls and constantly keeping up with in the winter the screens, because I have my windows and doors open in the winter months. I try and at least get 4 months or so where everything is open, because I hate 6 or 8 months some years shut up with air conditioning, and I absolutely hate it. It's so unhealthy. Now, I don't care what you do. It's just a terribly unhealthy thing. So yeah, every chance I get, even on a hot day, I'll, in the evening, if it gets down to about 80, I'm opening up the door for 20 minutes. So yeah.
That's great. That's impressive, because, I have to say, I know that if I did certain things, we could have our windows open, but I'm a little lazy, so that's really good. Good job. Like, I know that I could do certain things so that we could do the same thing. When I was growing up, we had open windows and the screen door was open and all that fun stuff. And like once I met my husband and we got married, he physically gets sick from that kind of stuff. So and of course, my son takes after him. So, like, consciously, I know if I did better at certain things, then I'd be able to have my open windows. But I'm a little more lazy than I usually like to admit. So, Joyce, would you, since your post isn't live yet, maybe next week, would you mind dropping us a link so that we can?
Oh, sure.
Great, because I think everybody would really like it. And also, I noticed that you came in a few minutes late, so I just wanted to let you know that Carol, who talks about transforming your life after 50, she has this great new journal that she's put out, and the link for that is in your chat log.
Oh, okay.
Put it back in here if you need it. Just if it interests you or if it resonates with you, but it is a free gift. And I know that your two groups kind of sync up a little bit, so just wanted to make sure you knew about that.
And I'm a major journaler. I've got several boxes full of my journals since I was 8 years old.
Did you you came in while we were still talking to Jen, right? From
yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's all exciting stuff too. And I don't know if you got a chance to see, but some of her stuff is really cool. So she's now the person that I always tell everybody, go to her for your journals. So yeah. Okay, so Joyce, is it okay if I go ahead and mute you?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. John, hi. It's really great to see you today. Welcome to our Power Hour. So basically what we do here is we ask questions about PLR, we showcase what we do, talk about different things that we're doing in our business. And more than anything, some folks come and they just choose to take an hour to work on their PLR. We call it like lurking and working for some folks. And so I did just want to ask you real quick, if you wouldn't mind putting in your chat box, would you like to talk today, or would you like to just kind of hang out, and you can just say you just want to lurk today. Some people do that, and that's totally okay. While John is responding, I just wanted to touch base on what Michelle and Carol are talking about in the chat box. So they were having a little side discussion on Christmas decorations. Michelle suggested I keep my Christmas decorations up until Valentine's Day. So based on that, I wanted to let everybody know I actually did one year. We had, my husband and I had a famous Christmas tree standoff, and we basically both dug our heels in. He said, I want to take the Christmas tree and everything down. I said, I want to leave it up. And he said, fine, you take it down when you want to take it down. And it stayed up until March, or maybe April, but definitely through March. And it got to the point where people would come over and see us and visit our house, and we had this Christmas tree, and everybody's like, why is there a Christmas tree up at your house? Do you not know that it's long past Christmas? It was a real mess. But yeah, so I have been guilty of that before. I love my Christmas decorations, and I'm very thankful that I have a great guy who puts them up for me every year, because I can't actually decorate worth a spit, but I sure do love looking at them. So before we wrap up today, does anyone have anything that they want to talk about? Anything that is pressing, anything on your mind? Any questions that you want to ask, or even ask each other? Or is there anything that you want to showcase about yourself that you haven't had a chance to yet? Feel free to jump in the chat box and let me know, and we can unmute you if we need to. Me, that's Jen. All right, let's get Jen up here.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Jen.
Hey, you can hear me, right?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So I just had a question come in about my license on my PLR. And let me just read it real quick. Probably be easier. Okay, so the question is, says she's a little confused, or he, I'm not sure, about the commercial license that, as it's stated on my site. It says you may not give away or sell any of the sources, the editable documents. So what I mean by, well, actually, what I mean by that whole statement is you're not supposed to go into a journal or a planner or whatever, one of my products that has, let's say a picture of Santa Claus on it. You're not allowed to take that picture of Santa Claus out of that particular product and put it into your own product somewhere else. If you want to be able to do that, you need to go buy the graphics themselves. However, if you want to use that same graphic on additional pages within that journal, or if you want to create more pages that go with that journal or that same product, then yeah, you can use that same picture of Santa Claus on additional pages that you create. If you want to combine pages from that product with pages from some other PLR product, you're welcome to do that too. Just don't take that particular graphic completely out of whatever you're creating or whatever that page is, and put it into something that's not including my PLR. I hope that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone has any questions on that, please feel free to let us know before we wrap up today. Throw something in the chat box so we can unmute you. But essentially, and Jen, please stop me if I'm misspeaking here. I don't work with images in the way that Jen does. However, my understanding is that when folks do things like planners and journals, they actually have their own set of rights that they buy. So Jen has to adhere to certain things, just as she's passing certain rights on to you. Is that correct, Jen?
Yeah. So when I find some of these graphics that I put into my products, even with PLR on my product, there are certain rules for those particular graphics that I have to pass on. So that's kind of where that comes into play. And it's hard to explain it, kind of, unless you're actually working with them a lot, I guess. But yeah, you're not supposed to extract a graphic out of one of my products to put into somebody else's product or to put into your very own product. But if you are combining one of my pages that's already made and it uses that graphic with somebody else's, that's fine, as long as you're not just taking that particular graphic out of whatever my product was. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that yeah, it seems like it makes sense to everybody. I mean, nobody's saying anything different, and like it's one of those weird things. Like I know it makes sense to me but I think it's because I'm a little more familiar, So, but if any questions come in on that between this week and next, I'll definitely let you know so we can address them correctly. So just to recap, everybody, before we wrap up today, hey Jen, is it okay if I go ahead and mute you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your input today. Okay, guys, just to recap, today we looked at Carol's new planner. Carol talks about transforming your life after 50. Very, very important. This is a free guide for everybody. We also talked about Michelle, and she is showing everyone how to launch your course. And this is very important because this is a no pitch. And it's also one of those look over my shoulder and watch me do it and do it with me. So that's super important. And check out planningaddicts.com. This is our Jen's new site for her planners and journals. And you can just go on over here to the shop and see what she's got going on. Okay, guys. So this is Rachel Youngson from Use PLR and WholeFoodPLR.com. Next week, Tuesday at 1 o'clock, we will be back here at rachelonzoom.com. If you have any questions in the meantime, please shoot me an email, rachel@useplr.com. All right. Michelle says, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Michelle, and everyone else. This has been great. So, all right, guys, have a great week. You know where to find me if you need me.